Good evening, everyone. It's only Bernard has confirmed. Yeah, Daisy Lepo. Yeah, Daisy, good evening. Welcome, Daisy, and the rest. I really hope you are in and you are ready for the class. So the way you've been told, you've already been told. Today, we want to go through the lesson today. The topic that we want to cover today is about the conjugation and sentence structure. Conjugation and sentence structure. So we are going to cover two topics today, and we're going to try to be so very fast so that we cover and see how it's going to go. So welcome everybody, those who are joining, welcome on board, and we're just ready to start off the class. So feel welcome, and in case of any question, you can just use the chat section to ask the question. Yeah. So we are going to start off with the verbs and verb conjugation. The verbs and verb conjugation. So verb is a doing word in English. To cook, to sing, to walk, to jump. Those are verbs. Verb is a doing word. So like English, the German also have the verbs. So from my list, I really hope you can see my screen. From my list, we have singing. Singing is singing or to sing. In German, it is singen. Singen. Then we have the running. Running or to run is rennen. We have eating or to eat, which is the essen. We have walking, which is laufen. We have jumping, which is springen. We have reading, which is lesen. We have playing, which is spielen. We have cutting, which is called schneiden. Throwing is called werfen. Crying is called freinen in German. Weinen. Crying is weinen in German. Then you have digging is graben in German. And we have washing is waschen, sleeping is schlafen, cooking is kochen, learning is lernen. The verbs are very, very many, but for today's class, we're going to have just a short sample that we're going to focus on that are going to help us to learn through. So there is something that is common from the names that I've been reading. Something is very common. Thank you for those who are joining. Welcome to the class. And just to remind you, I'm called Bruce Osoti. I'm a teacher at Passcode, and I'll be taking you through the conjugation and sentence structure. So those who are joining, just feel welcome. Welcome to the class, and let us learn together. So from the list that I've read, laufen, springen, essen, rennen, singen, spielen, schneiden, werfen, weinen, graben, waschen, schlafen, kochen, lernen. There is something that is common from the names that I've been reading. There is something that is common from almost all of them. In fact, all of them. There is something that is common from the names that I'm reading. Lernen, kochen, schlafen, waschen, spielen, lesen, springen, kochen, und so weiter. That is something that is common from the names that I've been reading. Who can tell me what is common from the names that I'm reading from my screen? Springen, lesen, spielen, schneiden, werfen, weinen, graben, und so weiter. That is something that is common from the names that I'm reading now. Who can tell me that thing, the most common thing? From the chat section, somebody can just write. What is common from the names that I'm reading? Anybody who sing something that is common? Yeah, let me see. Yeah, ending with en. They're good. Very good. Daisy says they both end with en. They are all ending with en. Very, very good, Jack Mount. Very, very good. All of them are ending with en. And that is something special about the German verbs. A bigger percentage of German verbs, very, very, let me speak of a big percentage of the German verbs end with en. They have the en ending, students. Almost all of them, they have the en ending. Yeah. All German verbs that we meet, they have the en ending, en ending, en ending, en ending, en ending, en. Almost all of them, German verbs. So the most important thing is to know the German verbs. How do you call? We have learning, which is learning in English, and it is lernen in German. Cooking it is kochen. Sleeping is schlafen. Washing is waschen, etc. So it is important to know the verbs, the German verbs. So again, students, something that I must tell you today: you cannot speak in German if you cannot conjugate a verb, and that is why we are in for we are that, and that is the first reason why we are in this class today: conjugation and sentence structure. So all the German verbs you see there, kochen, schlafen, waschen, that is the way you use them in sentences. You cannot just use them anyhow. So that one brings us to the conjugation rules. And I've told you here, when conjugating a German verb, we remove the en ending and replace with another ending, depending on the subject, students. And I believe you know the subjects. Subjects, the ish, which is I, the do, which is you. Let me see from the comment section. The subjects, the subject, if you know what is ish. We have the ish, we have the do, we have the er, which is he, we have the z, which is she, we have the s, which is it, we have the man nouns, name of people, we have the ear, which is you all, and we have the wir, which is we have the z, which is you formal, and we have the z for small s, which is they. I really believe that you know the subjects, because I'm telling you, when conjugating the German verb, students, before I teach you the conjugation rules, let me just remind you the ish, the do, the do. Let's check here, please. A moment, because I want you to have a grasp of what. Yeah, we have the personal pronouns. These are the subjects. Check there. The personal pronomen. In German, I, I is ish. First person, singular. I am cooking. I am eating. So the I is ish. Ish. Then you have second person. So in German, second person is the you. And the you in German is divided into two. We have the you formal and the you informal. So German, the you informal is the do. You cook. You sleep. So this the do, we use it to the people who we know, our friends, close relatives, close associates. We refer to them with the do. But we have the Z formal. The U formal is called the Z, and the S must be capital. We use it to the people, maybe people who are superior, people who we don't know, people who we're seeing for the first time, und so weiter. So you must know the personal pronouns. It's very important to know the personal pronouns in German. We have the ish, we have the do, we have the er, zs, and er is he, he is cooking, er cooked, he is coming, er kommt, and so on and so on. We have the she is the z, she is called the z, and the s is small, z, feminine nouns. Then we have the it, which is s for neuter nouns. Then we have the via is now the we are cooking. via kochen. We are eating via essen. We are coming via kommen. We are sleeping via schlafen. So the we is via in German, the via. Then we have the you all is ear. And then we have the Z is the they. So it is important to know the personal pronouns because that is how you must speak. You are going to speak when you know the personal pronouns. So it is you have to make sure that you know the personal pronouns in German. Having said that, the verbs are there. You've seen the verbs singen, rennen, essen, laufen, and so on and so on. And that's why I'm telling you, when conjugating a German verb, students, when conjugating a German verb, we remove the en ending and replace with another ending depending on the subjects. And I've told you the subject, the ich, the du, the er, the sie, es, ihr, wir, sie. Yeah. And that one will bring us to the, sorry. Yeah, very good, Bernard. Very good, Bernard. And that one will bring us to the rules of conjugation, which is very, very important. The rules of conjugation. Very good, Bernard, for knowing it. Very good, Bernard. The rules of conjugation. So it is important to know the rules of conjugation. That is when you can know how to handle German. The rules of conjugation. So number one rule, students, the first rule, when conjugating with the personal pronoun ish, and ish is I, we remove the en ending and add an e. In short, students, just remove the n and return the e. I'm saying the first rule of conjugation, when conjugating with the personal pronoun ish, we remove the en ending. So after removing the en ending, we add an e. In short, just remove the n and return the e. This is what I'm saying, students. You know, from the verbs that I've told you, we have like kochen. Kochen means to cook. Kochen. Kochen means to cook. So for instance, you want to say, I cook or I'm cooking. And you know, I is ish. It is simple. When you have kochen, the first thing you do before you start conjugation, and I want to give you the shortest procedure. If you have any verb, students, just remove the en from the cock. You will remain with the cock. After removing en, you remain with the cock. Remove the en from it, you remain with the cock. So the first rule, which I've told you with ish. So when conjugating with ish, just write the ish. Ish means I. Then write the cock there. Then the rule is simple. We add an e. Just add an e ending and say ish koke. Ish koke means I am cooking. I cook or I am cooking. I am cooking. Yes. So that is the first rule. If you have the verb, remove the en from the verb and remain with the cock. So if you want to say with subject ish, ish means I, just put an e at the end. Say ish koche. I'm cooking. If you have lernen, lernen is to learn. Lernen is to learn. Just remove the en. Just remove the en from lernen, and you will have learn. You will have learn. So with ish, just say ish lerne. Add the en ending. Same as schlafen. If you have schlafen, schlafen means to sleep. Sleep. To sleep. To sleep. What you do? Remove the en from schlafen. You will have schlaf. Remove the en. That's the rule. Remove the en. You have the schlaf. So when you want to say with I, which is ish, add the e. So you have ish schlafe. So you have this e and n. So ish schlafe means I sleep or I am sleeping. And so on, students. The first rule with the ish, which is very, very important. The first rule is ish, which is very, very important. So when you're conjugating with ish, have the verb. The verb is kochen. Kochen is to cook. Cook. remove the en from the verb, the stem verb, remove the en, and you remain with koch. So if you are saying with ish, which is I, just add an e at the end of the koch. So ish koche, I cook or I'm cooking. Schlafen, just remove the en but add an e, ish schlafen. Essen, to eat, ish esse. Trinken, to drink, ish trinke. Kommen, to come, ish komme. And so on and so on. That is the first rule. That is the first rule, students. The first rule is very important. And we have all of them that you can try. Let me see how I know you can do with bringen. Bringen is now, it becomes ich bringe, kommen, ich komme, gehen, ich gehe. So the ich means I. Schreiben is to write. So if you want to say I am writing, say ich schreibe, I write. Nehmen is to take, ich nehme. Bringen is to bring, ich bringe, I'm bringing or I bring. Kaufen is to buy. Kaufen is to buy. Remove the en and say ich kaufe, I buy. That is the first rule. The first rule is very important. I like to now the second rule. The second rule after the first rule, that you're going to the second rule. Second rule. When conjugating with the personal pronoun do, and do means you, students, you, do, you informal, we remove the en ending and add, remove the en ending and add st. So rule number 2 with the do, with the do, we remove the en and add an st. But there is an nb. There is an nb there. But when the verb ends with t, te, or de, when the verb ends with te or de, after removing the n, Beispiel, arbeiten. Arbeiten means to work. So after removing the en from arbeiten, we have the Arbeit. Then you only remove the n and add an st. I'm repeating. When conjugating with the personal pronoun do, which is you, we remove the en and add an st. But there is an nb there. But when the verb ends with a te or a de, after removing the en, Beispiel, arbeiten. Arbeiten means working or to work. So after removing the en from the arbeiten, we are going to have Arbeit. So the rule tells us then you only remove the n and add an st. So we have du arbeitest. You work. Du arbeitest. Let us check kochen. I've told you the 40 if you have kochen. So, well, that is just an n, but the general rule of the do, you remove the en and add an st. Let us see with kochen. So I've told you, you have kochen. Just remove the en. You will have the koch, the koch. So if it is ish, add an en ending. The rule is that with ish, you put an e at the end. I'm cooking or I cook. If it is do, write the do, then write the cook and add an st. It means you cook or you are cooking. You cook, you cook, or you are cooking. You cook, you are cooking. You are cooking. We have spielen. Spielen means to play, students. Spielen means to play. To play. Spielen means to play. Sometimes you want to say I play. You want to say you play. So the rules is simple. If you have spielen, just remove the en first. You will have spiel. Remove the en from the verb. You have the spiel. Then start follow the rule. So if you have the ish, write the spiel and add an e, ish spiele. I play or I am playing. Du is st, du spielst. You play or you are playing. If you have singen, singen means to sing. Singen means to sing. to sing. If you want to say I sing, you sing. So ich singe, du singst. The rule is simple. Just have the verb singen, but remove its stem. Remove the en from it first. You'll remain with zing. So if you have zing and you want to say the ish, you add an e at the end. Ich singe, I sing. If you have zing and you want to say with the do, which is you, say du singst. The rule is simple. With do, you add an st at the end. Same as kommen. Let me see from the comment section. Let me see how you do kommen and kaufen. Kommen, gehen, and kaufen, bitte. Let me see from the answer sheet section. Kommen, conjugate for me, kommen, gehen, and kaufen. The first three. Kommen, gehen, and kaufen. From the answer sheet section. You can write the answers there. Du kommst, very good. Du kommst, ich komme. Ich komme, I come, very good. Ich komme, du kommst, Susan, very good, Susan. Ich komme, du kommst, very good, Susan. Benjamin, du kommst, very good, Benjamin. Du kommst. So the do means you are coming. Du kommst, very good. So make sure you know the first rule. Ich kaufe, I buy, very good, Benjamin, Maria. Very good. Very good. That's the rule. 9, you can say ich kaufst. Benjamin, you can say ich kaufst. That is wrong. Du, Benjamin is not ich kaufst. It is du kaufst. Ich is I. So with I, you say ich kaufe. Ich kaufe. The verb is kaufen. Remove the en from it. You have the kauf. So with ich kaufe. Then du kaufst. With do, you add an st. Very good, Benjamin. Very good, Suzanne. And so on and so on. Very good, students. Very good. Very, very good. You now get it. That is good. That is the second rule. We have brauchen, beten, and so on and so on. Then you go to the third rule. So we've done the ish and we have done the do. Remember, it is only possible to speak if you know how to conjugate. You can't speak in German if you can't conjugate. It is very difficult. The first step you must know, you must how to conjugate. That is when you'll be able to communicate in German. So the third rule, this is the third rule, students. This is the third rule. Very important. Third rule. When conjugating with er, and er is he is coming, he is eating, he is crying, and so on. When conjugating with er, which is er is he, so this er means he in German. He in English. Er in German means he in English. Then you have the z is she. We have the s is it. And you have the ear is you all. And the nouns. Nouns are the names of people like Benjamin, Liz, those who have this class. So the nouns. So if you're conjugating with the third persons, er, z, s, and names of people, names of places, names of people and things, we remove the en ending and add te at the end. So when conjugating with er, z, s, man, and the ear, which is you all, we remove the en ending from the original verb. We remove the en and add a t. There is also an nb when the verb ends with a t or a day after removing the en, like arbeiten, which is to work, you only remove the n and add t. They're not that many, they're not that much, the verbs that end with t or day after removing the en. They're very few, so you should know how to handle them. You should not forget the nb. Nicht vergessen. Don't forget the nb. But the third rule is simple. When conjugating with er, which is he, she, s, ear, which is you all, and the names, we remove the en ending and add a t. Let us see, for example, kochen. I've told kochen, you know. Remove the en, you have the koch. Say ich koche, du kochst. Er, sie, S man, cocked, cocked, cocked. Because it is simple students, I will tell you with cocken, remove the en first. You have the cock. So with ish, say ish cock, add an e at the end. With do, write do and add an st, do coxed. You are cooking. Then air, air is he, z is she, s is it. Then man here, these are names of people. I like saying man because just put your name there. Daisy, Benjamin, cocked. So write the cock and add a T at the end. Just T at the end. Cocked. So if I want to say Benjamin is cooking, Benjamin cooking, the verb is kochen. I just say Benjamin, Benjamin, Benjamin cooked. Cooked. It means Benjamin is cooking. Names of people. Benjamin is cooking. Benjamin is cooking. Benjamin. Benjamin. Sorry. Benjamin is cooking. Benjamin is cooking. Or I want to say he is cooking. Air cooked. She is cooking. Z cooked. And so on. So the air is he. E. So they fall in the third person. Air is he is cooking. She is cooking. Z cooked. Man, Benjamin. Now man's the name, your name. Replace that man with your name. Then we have the after air zs man, we have the ear. Ear is cocked. So what you've done with air zs, what you've done up here is what you do down here. The rules are the same. Ear cocked. It is you all. Let's assume all of I wanted to refer to all of you who are now in class now. I don't want to refer to Benjamin alone, but I want to generalize all of you, assuming that you are all cooking. I'll say ear cocked. You all. Ear cocked. This ear means you all. The you all. The ear you all. So anytime I ask you conjugate kochen, I expect you to do it this way. Ich koche, du kochst, sie es man kocht, ihr kocht. I'll repeat. Anytime I ask you, please conjugate for me kochen. This is what you say. Ich koche, du kochst, sie es man kocht, ihr kocht. The ear is you all. The ear is you all. What you've done with the zs, what you've done in the zs man, that is what you do here with the ear. They remain the same. Ear cocked. The rules are the same. With ear, you also add a T at the end. Ich koche, du kochst, sie es man kocht, ihr kocht. And you know, er is he, z is she, s is it, and man is the names of people, and so on, students. We have singen. Du kannst sagen. Ich singe. Du singst. Sie, es man singt. Ihr singt. We have spielen. So this is how I expect you to arrange your work. If I tell you, please, if I call you by name, please conjugate for me spielen. Be a smart student. Have spielen with you, but remove the en from the spielen first. You will remain with spiel. You will remain with spiel. So after removing the en, so you want to distribute the spiel depending on the subject. So you start, if it is ish, write your ish there. Put your spiel, but not the rule. Put the e ending. Ich spiele. I am playing. I play or I am playing. With do, you know do is you. You have the do. Right? The spiel. But not the rule that with do we had st. Spielst. You are playing or you play. The rules maintain. That is second person. Third persons, I expect you to say this way. After do, say er, which is he, z, which is she, s, and man. I want to names of you. I want to use the name of one of you here so that I know. I want to use somebody's name here. Let me see. I want to use Susan. So it is AZS Susan, AZS Jack, AZS Benjamin. So the man there means name of a person. Man there means name of a person. AZS Susan, please. AZS Benjamin. AZS anybody, your name. So don't say man, just say replace with your name. It means, so the rule is simple. Write your spiel, have your spiel there. After have your spiel, but not the rule. With AZS, what do? Add a T at the end. So, er spielt, he is playing. Sie spielt, she is playing. Es spielt, it is playing. Susan spielt, Susan is playing. Benjamin spielt, Benjamin is playing, or Benjamin plays. Then after AZS, you have the ear, which is you all. So when I refer to Benjamin, Susan, all of you, the rule is the same. Write the spiel there and add T at the end. So that is how I expect you to arrange your work. Conjugate for mich spielen. Say ich spiele. Du spielst. Er, sie, es, Susan. So don't say Susan. Say your name now. Anybody, you, if it is Benjamin, say Benjamin. So er, sie, es, Benjamin spielt. Then ihr spielt. If you have kommen, ich komme, du kommst. Er, sie, es, Benjamin kommt. Ihr kommt. Gehen is to go. Ich gehe, I go. Du gehst, you go. Er, sie, es, Benjamin get. Ihr get. So do for me. I want to see the trinken from the trinken. Conjugate for me trinken. Follow the rule that I've been saying. Trinken is to drink. Conjugate trinken, please. Trinken and bringen on the comment section. Arrange your work the way I'm arranging mine. Trinken. Trinken is to drink. Bringen is to bring. Please conjugate. Conjugate trinken and bringen. Let me see from the answer section. She will try and be very fast. Trinken and bringen. Yeah, ich trinke. Very good. Du trinkst. Continue. Ich trinke. I drink. Du trinkst. You drink. Then the AZS. Put your name. AZS. Benjamin. AZS. A book. AZS. Very good. Very good. Jack is saying ich trinke. Very good. Du trinkst. AZS. Jack trinkt. Susan trinkt. Du trinkst. Very good. Very good. Sehr good. Conjugation. The rules of conjugation. You can't conjugate. You can't communicate if you can't conjugate. You can't communicate in German if you cannot conjugate. So it is the first step, conjugation, which is very, very important. Very good. Then you're going to the last rule. You're going to the last rule. The last rule is this one here. When conjugating with this one here. When conjugating with the Z, which is you formal, wir, which is we, and Z for they. Here is very simple. We retain the en. We retain the en. I will tell you how it works. So anytime you have been told, anytime you go to a German class and you have been told conjugate spielen, for example, conjugate spielen. Anytime you are told spielen, please, my student, this is how you arrange your work. Spielen. We may have spielen and let us say spielen and trinken, for example. Let us have two verbs for today. Trinken. You know, spielen is to play, trinken is to drink. So if you've been told, please conjugate for me spielen, this is how you start. Spielen. Just remove the en, you will have the spiel. By removing the en, you'll have the spiel. So start to distribute it according to the subject, students. Start to contribute it. If you have the ish, you'll have the ish. Write your spiel. Ich spiele. The rule is with ish, you add an e. With the do, come the do here. Write your spiel. And add st. Du spielst. You play. Then go to the third. Er, which is he. Sie, which is she. S, which is it. Let me use a book. Just a book is here. A book is name of person, or let me use Susan, which is won't confuse you. Susan, Susan, Beispiel. Susan spielt. I write the Spiel here. I write the Spiel. Sorry, Spiel, and a T. Susan spielt. Then ear is you all. So here is the same as the. Just write spielt again. Then the last one. Make sure you put, because this is the last rule here. The last rule here. So you say the last rule here. You put via ZZ. Via, which is we. Z for the U formal. Now the S is capital. Then we have the Z, which is small. This is Z for they. They are playing. Sie spielen. So here you retain the en. So just write the verb the way it is. Here there is no many. Just write it that way. Spielen. It maintains spielen. Very good. That is how you do it. If you have trinken, trinken is to drink, students. Trinken means to drink. Trinken is to drink. It is quite simple. Trinken. Just remove the en ending and you have drink with you. The verb is, you'll have drink now. So distribute it according to the subject. Distribute it according to the subject. Let me take it down. Tut mir leid. Ein Moment bitte. So distribute according to the subject. Trinken. So with ich, just come and say ich trinke. Ich, put the drink and add an e ending. Ich trinke. Du, write the drink and add an st. Du trinkst, you are drinking. Then we have the er, third persons. Er, sie, which is she. S, Benjamin, names of person. Er, sie, es, man. Benjamin now. Benjamin. Trinked, right? You are drink there. And add an T, that is the rule. Then ear, again, you have the ear. It is the same. Drink. Then, sorry, you have the trinked. Sorry. Trinked. Then you have the via, which is we. Z for the U formal, Z. And then we have the Z for the. Just retain the verb the way it is. There is no rule here. The rule demands that just retain the en, trinken. So ich trinke, I drink. Du trinkst, you drink. Er, sie, es, Benjamin trinkt. Ihr trinkt, wir, sie trinken. That is the rules of conjugation. The rules of conjugation. And that is how you do it. Yeah, Daisy drink, very good. Daisy, very good. Yeah, very good. They are good. That is how you do it. That is how you do it. The rules of conjugation, which is very, very important. So the lastly, before I go to something else, let me summarize. Conjugation, trinken. Remove the en. You'll have the drink. So distribute the drink according to the subject. You know, ish is I. So when you're saying ish, I drink. Ish, trinke. At the e ending. Ish trinke. I drink. This one, it means I drink. Or I am drinking, or I drink. I'm drinking, or I drink. I drink. Du trinkst, you drink. Er, sie, es. Er is he. So you can say he is drinking. Er trinkt. She is drinking. Sie trinkt. It is drinking. Es trinkt. Benjamin is drinking. Daisy is drinking. Susan drinks. And so on. So Benjamin trinked. You all fall here. Names of the third persons here. You all fall here. Your names. You all fall here. So if you want to say Daisy is drinking, so Daisy trinked. Trinked. The rule of conjugation with as Daisy, as Benjamin, as Susan. The rule is simple. You add T at the end of the verb. T at the end of that. So that is the rule. Here is you all. So when I want to say Daisy, Benjamin, Susan, all of you are drinking, say ear trinked. The ear means you all. You all now. Then we have the wir zizi. Wir, this is we. And say we are drinking. We are drinking. You are this z is you formal. Maybe you meet a person who you don't know for the first time, or somebody superior, you're addressing the Z. This is you formal, capital S. So you are drinking, Z drinking. Then this small s, Z, this is they. They are drinking, Z drinking. They, this small s means they. So somebody might ask a question, hello teacher, but now I'm seeing S for they are S, which is it is a small s, and also S for she is small s. How will I know? It is very simple. How will know? In most, very many times on the sentence will be written. So if it is trinken, you will see Z trinked. So you just know that now this one is Z for she, because for she we have T at the end. But if you see S is small and S Z trinken, you know that they mean Z for they. So it's very simple. The conjugation will guide you. So you must know the rules of conjugation. So anytime you've been told, please conjugate any verb, know the rules. The rules are simple. Ich trinke, du trinkst, er, sie, es, man trinkt, ihr trinkt, wir, sie trinken. Gut. Ja, wir spielen. Ja, spielen, wir spielen, and so on. Very good, Susan. Wir spielen. Very good. Very good, Susan. Das ist gut. Wir spielen, and so on and so on. That one you really have to know it that way. Yeah, but so we also, German is also very, very wide. You know, they are very, we have the types of verbs that maybe I just touch briefly because there are some issues. Just touch on briefly, just briefly. We have regular verbs, called the regelmäßig Verben. We have irregular verbs, regelmäßig Verben, Hilfsverben, the helping verbs, separable verbs, inseparable verbs, modal verbs, which quite a number will be taken through the very first day you gain passport. You'll be taught through the verbs, but maybe I just have to take you through them because you know the rules of conjugation. That is the step. That's the first step. The rules don't change. The e ending, the st don't change. The t ending, the en ending don't change. The rules maintain. The rules maintain. The rules maintain. So the most important thing is to know the rules and master the rules. Don't forget. So we also have type of verbs which are just checks very slowly. We have the verbs. They have regular verbs. So regular verbs are very simple. Regular verbs are verbs that these verbs they do not change to any form during conjugation. So if you have finden, ich finde, du findest, er, sie, es, man findet, ihr findet, wir, sie finden. I know somebody is asking, why do I have e at the end? Remember the rules of conjugation of second rule. If you're conjugating with the do, but after removing the en, like this one here, I've removed the en here, but the verb ends with te or de. Remember the rule? T or D. If after removing en, the verb ends with T or D, then what do you do? Just remove the n alone, but retain the e. That is what, but add an st. That's what I've done here. I've just removed the en from finden. I've just removed the n, but I've left the e, and then add an st. Findest. Du findest. Er, sie, es, man findet. Ihr findet. Wir, sie finden. Can you conjugate for me beten? Beten means to pray. Beten. So I want to see somebody, please conjugate for me this verb here. On the beten means to pray. Conjugate for me beten. Beten. Beten means praying or to pray. Conjugate for me beten on the answer section. To pray. I want to see how you're conjugating beten. Beten means to pray. Beten. Conjugate beten. Follow the rules that I'm saying. Beten. I want to see the answers. Yeah, let me see. I want to see how you're conjugating beten, bitte. Beten, bitte, beten. Benjamin saying, Ich bete, I pray. Du betest, sehr gut. Du betest. Ich bete, very good. Abdi Haram Deho, very good. Ich bete, I pray. But when you come to the do, remember the rule. Say du betest. Du betest. Du betest. Yes. So the rules are very simple. So Arbeit is to work, beten. Yeah, wir beten. Very good. Wir beten. That is correct. Wir beten. And with the very good, Susan. The ihr betet. Very good, Susan. That is good. Sehr, sehr good. And so on and so on. So we have regular verbs, irregular verbs. So very fast, I'll take you through regular verbs. These regular verbs are very simple because they don't change to any form. So the rules just know lernen. Ich lerne, du lernst, sie, es, man lernt, ihr lernt, wir, sie lernen. Schreiben is to write. Ich schreibe, du schreibst, sie, es, man schreibt, ihr schreibt, wir, sie schreiben. Sehr, sehr einfach. Very simple. Regular verbs. Regular verbs. The rules of conjugation. Kaufen, you know you can do kaufen. Ich kaufe. Kaufen is to buy. Ich kaufe. Du kaufst. Sie, es, man kauft. Ihr kauft. Wir, sie kaufen. Kommen is to come. Ich komme. Du kommst. Sie, es, man kommt. Ihr kommt. Wir, sie kommen. Better you've done. Kochen, you know kochen. Ich koche. Du kochst. Sie, es, man kocht. Ihr kocht. Wir, sie kochen. Very, very simple. And those some German is very interesting. You learn them. Besuchen. The very main verb besuchen is to visit. You say I visit. Ich besuche. I visit. Du besuchst. You visit. Sie, es, man besucht. The T ending. Sie, es, man besucht. The man there is your name now. Put your name. Sie, es, Benjamin. Sie, es, Susan. Besucht. Ihr besucht. Wir, sie besuchen. And so on and so on. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. And so on and so on. So if you join Passcode, these notes you'll have them and be able to try them yourself at your free time. The verbs are very many and they're meaning. So hoffen is to ob, kennen is to know, kosten is to cost, lernen is to learn, lieben is to love, laden is to load, gewinnen is to win, hängen is to hang, and so on and so on. The list of verbs are very, very many. That if we do now, we can't finish. Senden is to send, springen is to jump, raten is to advise. So verstehen is to understand. So you can, depending on what you want to say, I understand, ich verstehe. You understand, du verstehst. Sie ist Benjamin. So if I say Benjamin understands, Benjamin versteht. The rules of conjugation. We are understanding. Wir verstehen. Wir verstehen. We understand. The rules of conjugation maintains. So the verbs, list of verbs, we have spielen and so on, which you can know. So maybe you can take and try at home. You can try and conjugate wohnen. You can just screenshot and try to conjugate these ones at your free time. The ones that are displayed on the screen. We have the beginnen, which is to begin, and so on and so on. Just briefly, before we learn sentence structure, I want to take you on irregular verbs because here is very crucial. Just briefly on irregular verbs. We also have irregular verbs in German, by the way. Just briefly. Then we'll check something next. So irregular verbs, these are verbs which have their vowels changed during conjugation. The rules of conjugation maintains, but what now changes only is only the vowels. Only. The rules, the E ending, the ST ending in do, the T ending in RZS, the ER T ending, the VZZ, the EN remains. What happens is just the vowel change, students. Only. That is what that's the only thing that happens. So just briefly on irregular verbs. So somebody might ask now, how will I know this? How will I know that this verb is irregular? How will I know this verb is now not irregular? This irregular. How will I know? The best answer, the way to know, is just to read. You'll read and know. And some of the verbs also you'll be using regularly to the point that you just get used to them. Like fahren. Fahren is to drive. You'll get to know them. So number one, for example, we have some verbs that have letter A. You know, German A is read as A. A changing to A. So the A umlaut is called is pronounced as A. So fahren is to drive. Check here, please check here. Mainly the changes only happen in subject do, er, sie, es, and man. Meaning ich and wir, sie, they maintain. Students, I'm saying irregular verbs. These are verbs which have their vowels changed during conjugation. But mainly the changes are in the subject do, er, sie, es, man, and ihr. Just for example, we have some verbs which have their letter A changing to A umlaut, which is A. For example, fahren. Fahren means driving, students. So we'll say ich fahre. Just remove the en ending. The rules maintain. Ich fahre, I drive or I am driving. But now do, this A changes to A umlaut. A umlaut is the A that has some dots on top of it. So if you also learn German, you'll be told how it is pronounced. For those who might have not who have not gone through the vowels or the letters, you'll be told how they're pronounced. So in German, letter A is pronounced as A. Fahren, fahren, ich fahre. But now that A, if it has changed to A umlaut means, I like calling them special A, the special A, because it has some dot on top of it. So it is fast, fast. So check with me. The rules of conjugation maintain. We have do, but we have an st ending. The rules maintain. We have a as es. The t maintains. The t maintains here. The en maintains. So it is only the vowel that changes. So we have some verbs that you know through reading. A changing to A umlaut. And the changes only happen here. Only changes are only happen. The do, the a as es, and the ear. Which you learn more and more and more and more when you start your German sessions, and you'll get very many interesting. And many of them also will know the more you read. You know, German students, German is all about, you might be having a class, but the class will take maybe 1 hour, 30 minutes. So you have to do more and more as a student. So the more you do, the more you get them. We have vowels which have letter A changing to A umlaut. We have some, there are very many. Those ones, you can screenshot and try them. We have irregular verbs with E changing to E changing to E. For example, lesen. Lesen means to read. So say ich lese. So in do, this E changing to E. So ich lese, du liest. Du liest, check here, du liest. Er, sie, es, man liest. Ihr liest. Wir, sie lesen. The rules of conjugation maintains. Check here. E at the end. St at the end. T at the end, en at the end. The rules maintain, but it's only what changing the vowels. Ich lese, du liest, er, sie, es, man liest, ihr liest, wir, sie lesen. Those are the rules that you know those verbs. You know the regular verbs the more you read German. The more you read them, the more you get to know them. Students, don't worry. Are we proceeding on? Well, let me see comments. Alles good? Let me see. Somebody's. Yeah. Are we okay? So far, are we okay? Let me see the comments. Alles klar? Are we all together? Yeah, very good. Gadok is saying we are okay. Very good, Gadok. Very good, Gadok. We are okay. Others, let me see others. Are we okay? Gadok is saying we are very okay. Let me see others. Are we okay? Just write a text there so they can see whether we are all following. Yeah, ich verstehe. Very good, Abuk. Oh, yeah, I understand. Very good. Ich verstehe. This is good. This is good. This is good, Abuk. This is good. I'm good. Daisy says she's good answer. Yeah, very good. Yeah, klar. Very good. Sehr good. We have some irregular verbs which with e changing that are a changing to e, like nemen, ich nehme, du nimmst, er sie es man nimmt, ihr nimmt, wir sie nehmen. So the changes only happen here. They do here only, here only. How do the changes happen? E, this a changing to e, like nehmen. So nimmst. This a changing to e, e. But the rule maintain. Check. Ich nehme, e ending. Du nimmst, er sie es man nimmt, ihr nimmt, wir sie nehmen. Yes. You just know how they happen. And so on and so on. Yeah. So irregular verbs. For the regular verbs, you have to read and you have to know. Let me see question. Anybody with a question? And apart from irregular verbs, we have helping verbs, we have the separable verbs, we have the inseparable verbs. The verbs are main. But the conjugation remains. The rule of conjugation remains. The rules of conjugation remains. With ish, e. With do, st. With er, sie, es, man, t. With ear, t ending. T ending. Via, sie, en ending. The rule maintains. The rule maintains. You cannot communicate if you cannot conjugate students. It is really important. Atiman and Frage? Anybody with the question on conjugation, the rules of conjugation? Anybody with the rules of question on the rules of conjugation? The rules, all is good. Sorry. It means now all is good. Everything is okay. That is good. So I'd like to share again another moment, bitte. Give me some time. So we've handled the conjugation, which is very observed. The rules of conjugation. Please don't forget the rules. Don't forget the rules. They are very, very important. That is how you can communicate in German. Let me see some question here. Okay. Yeah. Alles gut. Alles gut. Very good. So that is the conjugation rules you need to know. So if you join Passcode, we'll teach you more because they are the types of verbs. We have separate verbs, separable verbs. We have helping verbs, but the rule of conjugation remain the same. The rule maintains. The rule maintains. Yes, that is good. So the next thing I want to teach you, which is also very important. Now you know how to conjugate. Can you communicate now? Now you know how to conjugate. The next thing that you want to do now, having known how to conjugate, is at least to speak. For you to speak, you must have a sentence. You must have a sentence. Yes. That one bring me to something called the sentence structure. Sentence structure. Yes, very good. You know how to conjugate. That is perfect of you. That is a step for you. You know how to conjugate. The rules of conjugation, you've been on them. You know how to say, yeah, ich koche. I'm cooking. I'm coming, ich komme. We are coming, wir kommen. I'm sleeping, ich schlafe. He is drinking, er trinkt. You now know how to conjugate. Now you want to communicate. For communication, you must have a sentence structure. And students, you all know even in English, a sentence structure consists of three main components, students. Sentence structure consists of three main components. Even in English, you'll say, I'm eating mangoes. I'm buying pizza. I'm drinking water. And so on and so on. So a sentence structure consists of three main components. Number one, subject, which is called nominative, the doer of an action. I, we, you, he, she. Then you have the verb. The verb is the action. The verb is the action. Then you have the object. Object is called the accusative. And object is the receiver of the action. The receiver of the action. So of course, student, the very moment you get in the classes, you'll be told what we are going to dwell more and more on this. What is accusative? Because, but basically it's on sentence structure. So German language can have three sentence structures, but or in that sentence, at least there must be a subject, there must be a verb, there must be an object. So we have number one sentence structure, students. Number one, which is always very common. Number one sentence structure is the normal subject, the one with the subject, which is subject in English, object, and a verb. I mean subject, verb, and object. Sorry, took me a lie. It is subject, verb, and object. Subject because the verb must be Verb steht normalerweise. Verb, we have a subject, verb, and object. Put me a line, and object. This is the normal one, the SVO, the simple one. Object, the SVO. The SVO, this is the normal one, the SVO. SVO. The SVO. Subject, verb, and object. Beispiel. Ich esse. Ich esse. Ich esse ugali. Ich koche. Ich koche fish. Fish is just fish. So, subject, verb, and object, the SVO. Ich, subject. Esse is the verb, essen, eating. Ugali is the object, the SVO. Ich, subject. Koche, to cook, is the verb. Fish is the object. The normal sentence, the SVO. We have the SVO. The SVO. SVO. Ich koche fish. Even you can say wir kochen. Now, the subject will tell you, the subject will guide you on the conjugation. So the verb is kochen. So if you're saying the wir, just say wir kochen. We are cooking. Wir kochen fish. Wir kochen fish. Depends with the subject. You are cooking fish. You cook fish or you are cooking. Du kochst, right? The do. Then not the kochst. The verb is kochen. So I told you the do. Just add the cock and add an st. Du kochst, then add an object, fish. That is how you communicate. Du kochst fish. So I think that by from that point, you know, you see how it is, how important conjugation is. You must know how to conjugate. The rules must, because You can't say, you can't really say du kochen fish. That is wrong. That is wrong. Du kochen, that is wrong. You can't say ich kochen fish. That is wrong. That is wrong. Ich koche, du kochst, wir kochen. Er kocht, Benjamin cooked fish, and so on. So the first sentence structure is a simple one. The subject, verb, and object. The verb stays at the second position. That's the rule. The verb has to stay in the second position, zweite position. The verb. The verb must stay in the second position, students. The second sentence structure, after the normal one, the second sentence structure, we have the second one here, we have the, you can include now the adverb, maybe the adverb of place, adverb of time, adverb of time. And in this instance now, the verb now, the adverb comes after the verb. For example, this pattern takes subject. Let us see subject. I'll teach you. Don't worry, subject. And just like obvious, always the verb stays in the second position. Verb comes there. Then now, what comes after the verb is now maybe the adverbs now. That maybe you have the adverbs of time, maybe for example time. Adverb. Let's just say adverb will be adverb of time, adverb of manner. Let's just include time. The adverb of time. But let me just put an adverb, but I'll tell you adverb. Then the object. The object goes last here. Adverb. Let me write the adverb very well. So adverbs, that are adverb of time, adverb of manner, adverb, and then object. Object. Sorry, object. Object. This is closely abbreviated as this sentence structure. We can say it as S V A O. It's another sentence structure. Beispiel, for example, du kannst sagen, you can say, ich, moment, you can say, ich koche abends. Abends is evening time. Fish. I cook fish in the evening. Oder ich koche abends fish. Ugali. Ich koche abends ugali. Ugali. Ich koche abends ugali. Ich, subject. Koche is the verb. Must stay in the second position. Koche. Abends is the adverb of time. Evening. Time. Huh? Then ugali is the object. Du kannst sagen, ich, oder say, wir lernen am Montag. Montag is Monday. Time, adverb of time. Montag, Deutsch, German. Wir lernen am Montag Deutsch. We learn German on Monday. Wir, subject, lernen, verb, learning. Am Montag, time. Am Montag, time, Deutsch, object. That is second sentence structure. Ich koche abends ugali. Or, ich trinke morgens Wasser. I drink water in the morning. Ich trinke Wasser. Ich trinke morgens Wasser. So the adverb of time must come after the time must come after the verb. Please, please. It is different like English. That's why I always say the very day you start learning the German, stop translating, stop thinking of sentence in English. Because in English takes the time to the end. In English, wir lernen am Montag Deutsch. We learn German on Monday. So English takes the time at the end. That is wrong in German. In German, the time comes after the verb. The verb stays at the second position. That is the rule. The verb stays at the second position. Wir lernen am Montag Deutsch. Ich trinke morgens Wasser. Ich koche abends Ugali. Don't take the time at the end. That is structure number 2. So let me see on the answer section. Can you try some sentences? Can you construct sentences on following this structure? Subject, verb, then put time, then the object, the SVAO. I want to see how you are constructing sentences. Beispiel. Try some example. Very good. Let me see how we are trying some example. Follow that pattern. Think of a sentence. Just have a verb. Du kannst sagen, you can even say, du liest morgens Roman. Ja, gut. Du liest morgens. Wir bestellen täglich Pizza. Oder wir bestellen jeden Tag Pizza. Jeden Tag. Time. Very good. Gadok. Next. Wer ist nächste? Let me see some people. Ich fahre am Abend nach Nairobi. Sehr gut. Ich fahre am Abend nach Nairobi. Ja, nach. Sehr gut. Ich fahre am Abend nach Nairobi. Gut. Next. Very good, Benjamin. Very good, Joel Gadok. Very good. Let me see somebody trying again. Just take the verb and just put it the way it should be. Think of a time. Anybody? Benjamin? Let me see somebody who's trying again. Let me see somebody trying. Try to construct sentence. If you can construct a sentence, if you get to A2, will be very very easy for you. If you can, don't think of a sentence in just ja. Ich lerne heute Deutsch. Ja, richtig. Parak macha richtig. Ich lerne heute Deutsch. Heute means today. Sehr gut. Ich lerne heute Deutsch. Very good. Er. Sure, Gadok, there is a correction on the conjugation. Er is he. Er is he. Please make correction, Gadok. Make correction. How do you conjugate spielen with er? It is not er spiele. That is wrong. Check correction. Check correction. Gadok, I'm still on Gadok there. You can't say er spiele. That is wrong. Ich lerne jetzt Deutsch. Ja, sehr gut, Benjamin. Gadok, I want you to make correction on the er spiele Deutsch. This one is not correct. Ja, er spielt heute Fußball. Richtig. And so on and so on. That is very, very good, students. Very, very good. Er spielt heute Fußball. Ich renne am Montag. Ja, gut. Ich renne am Montag. That's good, Daisy. Ja, ich komme am Donnerstagmorgen. Richtig. Bernardo Tinga. Very good. And so on. Ja. Ich lerne heute Deutsch. Good, students. That is very good. And so on and so on. And so on and so on. Good, students. That is very good. Good of you. Good. So it is very important to make sure you follow the rules. German is German, English is English. English takes the time to the end. German has got its rule. The third sentence structure that you can have, students. The third sentence structure is another one here. You can have a sentence like where the adverb will start if the adverb of time. So the adverb starts the sentence. Adverb starts the sentence now. Depending on the adverb of time, adverb now will start the sentence. Adverb. Adverb. Adverb, sorry. Adverb starts. Adverb starts the sentence. Starts. Starts the sentence. That is another sentence structure. We have three sentence structures. So, when that verb starts, let's take this sentence structure. Let me take it down a little bit so that you can see. That verb of time, adverb of manner. So, if that verb starts, it is the. Let me just put it here for you to understand very well. We have here a, the adverb, followed by the verb. That's something that I know you consider, you see it very well. The verb will always stay in second position. The verb will always say, then the subject comes third, then the object will go last. What I mean, let me write it here for you. Adverb, let's just say time. For example, time. If you have time, then the verb is a doing word. You all know the verbs. Then we have the subject, the subject. Subject will go here. Then we have the object will go last. The object goes last here. So students, there's an NB here. Please listen to me. Time and subject can interchange positions. Time can start, then subject will go to third position. But students, verb must stay in the second. The verb, nothing can remove the verb there. Verb will always stay in the second position. Beispiel just from my sentences, I saw some of you said yeah. Just let me tell heute, lerne ich Deutsch. Heute lerne ich, today, heute lerne ich Deutsch. Heute lerne ich Deutsch. Heute lerne ich Deutsch. Heute oder jetzt lerne ich Deutsch. Heute esse ich Ugali. Let me see the examples for me. Just take the sentence you are constructing now, just change them. Just make sure, just take the time to start and take the subject from the third position. Let me see in the sentence again. Just the ones you've been constructing. Now you take the time will start. Time starts on sentences. The sentence you're constructing. Let me see. Just the sentence you're constructing. Now just change them. Just start with time now. The sentences that you've given me up there, I want to just see. Jetzt lerne ich Deutsch. Sehr gut. Heute spielen wir Fußball richtig. Jetzt lerne ich. Morgens gehe ich Schule oder zur Schule. Jack should be taught about the prepositions when you join. You can say morgens gehe ich zur Schule. Zur is a preposition to be taught. But morgen gehe ich Schule. Yeah, good. Good. Yeah, Joe. Yeah, very good, Jack. If you start the German classes, we'll talk about the prepositions. Yeah, very good, Bernard. Heute komme ich nach Hause. Komme ich nach Hause oder gehe ich nach Hause? No. You say, heute gehe ich nach Hause. Am Abend fahre ich nach Nairobi. Richtig, Benjamin. Am Abend fahre ich nach Nairobi. We use nach. So nach means to. So we use nach with cities, campus directions, and also home. Ich fahre nach Hause. Ich gehe nach Haus. Morgen treffe ich nach Berlin. Very good. I'm assuming we're in Berlin now. Abuk, I'm assuming you're in Berlin because if you're in Kenya, oder any place. Yeah, oh, morgen treffe ich. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Treffe ich ne. But the correct sentence is morgen. You know, you can meet somebody. Treffen is to meet, huh? But well, yeah, treffe ich nach Berlin. Good. Tomorrow I meet. But there is something more will be taught about treffen. It is a reflexive verb. In Kenya. Heute gehe ich. Nein, nein, nein. Benjamin, you say heute gehe ich. Su means you will say ich bin. You can say su. Use nach. If you are going, use nach with house. So instead of su, put nach. But you just say ich bin zu Hause. I am at home. Ich bin zu Haus. I am at home. But if you're going, you say nach. You use nach with cities, campus directions, and also house. So you say ich gehe nach Benjamin. Don't mean you can say heute gehe ich zu. No, no, no. Yeah, Benjamin, that is good. So when you join Passport, you will be taught about the professions very well. You'll be taught how to use them. Morgen werde ich meine Freundin treffen. Meine Freundin, huh? Meine. Now that is female one. Treffen. Morgen werde ich. So now that is now the werden is now yeah. Morgen werde tomorrow I will meet my friend. Sehr gut. Very good. Let me some people are not correct. Let me see others try sentence construction. Let us try, all of us. Let us try. Let us try. Let us try. Let us try and see everybody. I want to see. I like participations because I know that I want to see that we are going together. We are all learning together. That is what I want to see. Heute lerne ich Deutsch. Good. Uh-huh. Anybody want to? Susan? That is very good, Susan. Yeah. So basically, sentence structure. We have the simple structure. The SVO. The SVO. SVO. Ich esse. Ich esse. The SVO. Ich. SVO. Ich. Ich esse ugali. Ich trinke Wasser. That is the first one. The second one is now the sentence structure that includes the adverbs. Now maybe include adverb of time, adverb of place, and so on. Ich koche abends ugali. Ich lerne heute Deutsch. And so on. Ich trinke jetzt Saft. I'm drinking juice now. Jetzt, the adverb of time. Then again, we have another pattern where the adverbs now will start. Heute esse ich ugali. So I'm telling you, the verb, make sure the verb is in the second position. Don't take the verb anywhere else. Don't take the verb anywhere. Make sure the verb is in the second position. The subject and time can change positions, but the verb will remain in this vitae position, second position. Don't take the verb anywhere, please. Students, make sure the verb stays at the second position. Yeah, so I've told you about 3 types of German sentence structure. We have the normal one, the SVO. We have the SVAO, the adverb. Ich koche abends ugali. Ich lerne montags Deutsch. Ich lese heute Deutsch. Ich bestelle am Morgen Pizza. Ich trinke abends Wein. You drink wine in the evening. Ich spiele am Wochenende Fußball. Ja, ich spiele am Wochenende Fußball. Fußball. Am Wochenende. Wochenende is the weekend. Ich spiele am Wochenende Fußball. Und so weiter. So that it was, ich spiele am Wochenende, let me write it here. Oder wir spielen, wir spielen am Wochenende. Wochenende is weekend. Wochenende, 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 Fußball, Fußball. Wir spielen am Wochenende football. So when you come to the third pattern, now am Wochenende starts, where the adverb starts. So am Wochenende, am Wochenende, the am Wochenende spielen, spielen wir, spielen wir, spielen wir, spielen wir Fußball. Am Wochenende spielen wir. I know somebody might be worrying now, but sir, you've told us the verb must be in second position. Don't just count it that now this arm is one. No, you'll be told, you'll be taught. When we are saying the days of the week, times of the day, you must use the prepositions am. So you can't just say Wochenende. You can't just say Montag. You must say am Montag. So it is counted as one. Am Montag, am Dienstag, am Mittwoch, am Donnerstag, am Freitag, am Samstag, am Sonntag, am Wochenende. So it is, you must say them with the am. So that am it is one thing. So you must, if you're saying days of the week, you must use the prepositions am. So am Wochenende is one thing. Am Wochenende spielen wir Fußball. Am Wochenende spielen wir Fußball. So the adverb of time will start. Am Wochenende, that is one. Spielen, zweite. Wir, dritte. Fußball goes last. Am Wochenende spielen wir Fußball. Heute lerne ich Deutsch. Yes. So we have 3 types of sentence structure. Hat jemand eine Frage? Anybody the question so far? Anybody with the question? Hat jemand eine Frage? Hat jemand eine Frage? Anybody with the question on the sentence? Oh, that is perfect now. That one we learn another day. That is perfect. Speaking perfect. Ich habe heute viel Wasser getrunken. Adem. That is now perfect, which we learn another day. That is perfect. Past tense. Getrunken. That one we learn another day. Another session. Today's session was about conjugation and sentence structure. But that is, ich habe heute viel Wasser getrunken. I drank a lot of water today. That is me. This one means I drank a lot of water today. That is perfect. Perfect. Which we learn another day. Only we learn if you join passcode. But today we are focusing on the, it is correct. And then it is very correct. It is very, very correct. It's very, very correct. Richtig. Aber heute lernen wir über Conjugation und Satzstruktur, sentence structure. Yeah. So I've told you, ich habe schon gesagt, I've told you that we have 3 types of sentence structure. We have the simple one, the SVO, or we have the verb include the time now. The time comes after the verb. Or you can start with time, which you've seen from our examples. I tell you, if anybody the question on sentence structure, let me pick some few questions so that we can know. Let me pick some few questions from all of you. The few minutes remaining are now time for you to ask questions. You can just write the question there. You can just let people ask questions. Sometimes I feel that maybe my students are convinced that if you have no question, let me see the comments. Maybe now comments. How was the lesson? Just the comments, the answer. How was the lesson? How have you the conjugation rules, the types of sentence structure, the 3 types of sentence structure? How are they, students? Let me see your comments. If you have no question, but if you have the question, also you can just write the question there, so that we handle it. But I'd also like to see the comments from all of you. Let me see your comments. Just, yeah. Sentence structure. If nobody has a question, let me see the comments. How's the rules of conjugation? Let me see. Thanks for the lesson. We appreciate. Yeah, danke Sean. Oh, Jack Maundu, kein problem. Please join Passcode. You will meet us. Very good lectures, and we'll teach you. We'll teach you. You won't float anymore. Benjamin, very good. Danke Sean. Thanks for the lesson. We appreciate that. They are good. Thanks for the lesson. Very good. Daisy, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please, please join Passcode and we'll land. Ja, Bernard, danke, danke, Bernard. Bitte schon. This is super, sehr gut. Bitte schon. Let me see the comments. Please just join Passcode. The book your slots early, start the German classes. There are very many opportunities in Deutschland. It's the time to grab the opportunities. The only obstacle is the language. So with Passcode, you learn the language. Join Passcode and learn the language so that they can help you again on the Ausbildung, looking for the opportunities in Germany. Ja, Cholga Dog, danke schon, danke für die, ja, danke, 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 danke. Danke, bitte schon, bitte schon. Yeah, please join Passcode. Susan, bitte schon, Unterricht war interessant. Ja, sehr interessant, interesting. Yeah, good. So that is conjugation. Students, you cannot communicate in German if you can conjugate. The first step is conjugation. You have to know how to say I'm drinking, we are drinking, we are coming, we are sleeping, he is sleeping. So you must know, that, he is air. The verb is drinking. How do you say drinking is air? You have to know the rules of conjugation. Very important. We are eating. The verb is essen. How do you say essen with the via? You have to know, having learned the rules of conjugation. So you really can't communicate in German if you can't conjugate. The first step is conjugation. You know how to conjugate, you are way to go. After knowing how to conjugate, you must know how to put your sentence, the sentence structure, because it is different from English. You've seen English takes this time at the end. We are learning German on Monday. That is English. English takes the time, but the German has got the rules. You can't take time away. The rules must be followed. German also requires discipline. You have to follow the rules for you to communicate. So German has got the rules that must be followed. So the three sentence structures, the ones I've taught you, are the ones we have in German. Then those are the three sentence structure. The simple one, the one with the adverb of time, or the one that the adverb starts. Those are the sentence structures. Yeah. Very important lesson. So for more and more, join Passcode and we'll have the lesson. Come, let us learn the German language, know how to speak German, and tap the opportunities that are readily available. Yeah. Yeah. So anybody again with any comment? Susan is commenting. Yeah, Susan comment a book. Commented, yeah, good. Yeah. Yeah. That is all. Maybe anybody with a comment to say? So I welcome you at Passcode for more and more information. Make sure you get if you for more information, the ones that have been, you can see the numbers on the top there. You can just tap and talk to them for more and more. We learn more and more at Passcode. Yeah. Anybody with another thing to say? Any comment? Anybody who has not commented who would like to say something? Just type something on the chat. The lesson ends in 8 minutes, so we still have 8 minutes. You can still talk. You can write something there. You can give your comment. We still have 8 minutes. Thanks for the comment, Susan, Abuk, Bernard. Very good, Bernard. Thanks for those who are also actively participating. German also require active participation. The day you start German lesson, please don't be a passive learner. Be an active learner. That's when you learn. German is simple, and German is also, it is simple when you believe it's simple. It is simple when you believe it's very, very simple. It's very simple and very interesting. Very, very interesting. Because it also share very many things with English. So that is makes it very, very interesting. So welcome to Passport students. Let us learn together. You'll meet very many good teachers. You will meet me there. We learn A1, A2, B1, B2, and after finishing, you'll get opportunities that are available in Deutschland. Yeah, students. Yeah, students. Uh-huh. Let me see the people who are attending the class. Yeah, you can write something. The host, you can just, the numbers are there. And if you have anything, any query, any question, don't hesitate to ask, please. Let me see the message. Don't be left out. Book the slots early. Tap that number there. Text them. Have convo with them, and see on what next to do, students. Because it is, the opportunities are there. Let us take the opportunities as early as now. Let's take them as early as now. Please join Passcode. Come. Let's learn the language, and let's tap the opportunities which are readily available. Don't be left out. This is the time. Very many good teachers will teach you, and learning will be very interesting. Very, very interesting. So for more information, just ask the number is being typed there. You can consult and will be guided accordingly. My name is Bruce Soti, Teacher's Passcode. Ich heiße Bruce Soti. Ich heiße Bruce Soti. Oder mein Name ist Bruce. Oder ich bin Bruce. Yeah. Deutschlehrer by Passcode. German teacher at Passcode. And you'll meet very many teachers at Passcode who will guide you throughout the language. Language is very interesting. Take your time. It is now. It is now, students. Das ist alles für heute. Hat jemand eine Frage? Anybody with a question? Hat jemand eine Frage? I always believe that if students are not asking questions, I believe that they're, well, they're satisfied. The lesson was okay. And I've seen from the comments, all of you have agreed that the lesson was good. Please come and let us learn again and again. Let's come and learn again, because there are more to learn. Imagine today was just conjugation and sentence structure. There are more to learn. There are more to learn. There are the modal verbs. A lot. That the perfect, at least somebody turn the perfect there. Because if you say, ich trinke Wasser, I'm drinking water. After 1 hour, you can't tell me again, ich trinke Wasser, because you already drank the Wasser. So you need to talk in past tense. I drank water. So that is how this is called perfect, which will be taught. Ich habe Wasser getrunken. You'll be taught how to speak in perfect and so on and so on. Das ist alles für heute. Ich wünsche euch schönen Abend. Bis nächstes Mal. Gute Nacht. Bis nächstes Mal. Good night. Until next time. I was your host, Bruce Osoti. Thanks for today. You are now free to leave and consult, yeah? Gute Nacht. Danke schön, Jack. Gute Nacht. Danke. Bis nächstes Mal. Until next time. Gute Nacht.